I'm not sure what I'm going to make today. It's going to have synthesizers and I'm going to make it in my room. Let's see what happens. Right, so I'm going to do a chord progression with the Hydrasynth first, I think. Let's go for a C minor. And then I'm going to mess around with my chords a little bit, just to give them a little sun. Let's record some of this, because I think I'm just going to end up messing around with the sound forever and not really get anywhere with it. We got R length. Let's go for max. You go to the menu, you go to control, and then you go memory, and then you go all the way down to reserve length. It can record as much into the buffer, like 60 seconds, which is a lot more than, 16 seconds. It doesn't become a problem. I say that, it might do. Let's find out. I have to do a flex track because it's in my buffer. There it is. Okay, it's beefy. Let's move on to the snare. Let's try this out. Ended up sounding pretty good. I've added a transient to that, but it was like a kick transient. But then I tuned it down and put it through the bit reduction, which makes it really like. So I could use this as a bass line now. Yeah. So then let's slap a clap. Okay, let's try Euclidean for this one. So what you do when you're turning Euclidean off, your hold function, turn it off. And now they're just saved as steps, so I can get rid of the ones that I don't want. A and B, R length, I'm just going to do 64 because we don't need that much variation. Out of memory, this is the problem. So, do clear all the contents, yes. Okay, so that was my previous long recording of the synth. Maybe let's turn it off and on. There we go. Not sure what went wrong there. I think that's probably a weird internal blip where you shouldn't. I think I used up all the RAM with the recording memory, which was a bit of a dodgy thing to do. But it's back on now. Okay. So now we don't need that. These are my notes that I can play. So to get that kind of the wobble, I've got my LFO. LFO stands for low frequency oscillator. So if you imagine that you're turning a knob like this left and right, just repeatedly. That's basically what an LFO does. It means that you don't have to be turning it all the time. So we're in the LFO menu here, and you see this one's flashing. So that means the LFO is being sent to the sweep. So there's a secondary LFO menu. So it's resetting and it's fading in. I don't know what the SPH stands for. I should know that. Let's have a look.
Also have SPH. I forget exactly what it stands for, but
start phase. Okay. Right, so the SPH is start phase, so it's like where in the wave it starts. So rather than, you know, if you've got a sine wave doing that, it wouldn't start there every time. You can get it to start here maybe. So that would change the sound. It's just static. And then I'm going to bring the LFO into the sweep. You get that nice noise at the end, because at the end of the sweep, I'll show you the sounds. So near the end of sweep, it's very noisy. I might also change the LFO speed, because we got, what have we got at the moment? 37. So now we've got a slower, the LFO is changing the sweep a lot slower. So then you get that kind of like more like ooh kind of sound. So on the analog heat over there, I'm just adding reverb and delay to the high end. I messed up filming this because I'm a fucking idiot. I recorded this from the model cycles. I can't be bothered to show it all the way, but I'll spin it over this way. So yeah, it's just the Perc from model cycles. I just went like that a few times and recorded it. It wasn't very exciting. So yeah, but now it's in there. This is what it sounds like. It adds to the chaos a little bit. Manageable chaos. I just love this break so much. It's so flexible. You can make it sound lots of different ways, and it's one of the only that I think even just like chucking it on as it is sounds really good as well. Maybe let's put some percentages in these. So if you don't know, to do a conditional trigger, which means setting when you want the trigger to come on. So like without putting them on, every time it goes past the light, it comes on. But this time you hold it down, you press right, the trig condition is 2 of 2. So it goes past the first time, doesn't trigger it, comes past the second time, it does. You can also do percentages. So I've set that one, yeah, to come on 50% of the time. So every time it goes past, there's a 50% chance that it might come on. That could be fun. Let's try that.